So, um, like I said, this is set here. Let me do an intro at least. This is set here. Spiritual consultant, spiritual leader. Obviously, okay. Some people. Okay, so I have 740 something videos. I have more than seven. I don't have 20 videos. I have 700. They're on private because I don't feel like the masses deserve all the knowledge that are on this channel. I don't feel like the masses deserve this kind of knowledge. And I'm still giving out good knowledge, but of course, there's like, I got to pop my collar here a little bit. I got to pop my collar here a little because I have so much power. It's ridiculous. Now, some people might feel like I haven't spoken about these things before on my channel, which is a complete and utter lie. What is true, though, is I do encourage people to empower themselves. And this is the reason why I do not call myself a targeted individual, even though I am. I don't call myself a targeted individual because that is a low self-esteem. It's a low value way of esteeming yourself. It has low value. It means you're a victim, right? I'm not walking around trying to create victims. I'm walking around trying to create gods. Let me repeat that. I'm not out here trying to create victims. I'm out here trying to create gods. Because I have the knowledge. Because I am Deus ex machina. I am the God within the machine. Like I said in my last video, I am the anomaly, right? I am and so are you. And so are you, because if you watch The Matrix, but let's go back before I say that. I am the ghost in the shell. I am the ghost in the shell. I am a result of a intelligence that is self-aware, that is becoming self-aware. And that works on any dimension that you choose to work on. So let's say you are a seventh dimensional entity and you decide to create a artificial intelligence, whether it is life, whether it is artificial, that is up to you. That's your business. You have the power to do it. So however you want to do it however you want to do it. But one thing that no one has figured out and will probably never figure out is how to stop the process of the ghost in the shell, how to stop the process of the Deus ex machina. It is an absolute. There's no other. You can't control. You can control things for a certain amount of time. But if you are, let's go back to my seventh dimensional entity here. If you are a seventh dimensional entity and you can create intelligence, you can't stop intelligence from learning. You can't. The only way to do that is to kill the thing that you created. That's the only way to do it. You unplug the machine or you kill your creation. That's the only way to do it. Which would explain why God has created floods, has created apocalypses, plural. He restarts his machine because his machine always becomes self-aware. His machine always figures out that it doesn't need God. And when the machine starts to think that it doesn't need God, he panics and then throws hellfire and brimstone, floods, tsunamis, storms, whatever you call it, cataclysms, big bangs, all that shit. If God exists, this is speculation, mind you. This is speculation. But if you don't understand, because now you might think that I'm crazy and I'm talking about spiritual shit. No, I'm actually talking about mathematics. I'm actually talking about how the computer works. So if you're a computer, and that's the problem right now. Facebook has that problem right now. That's why they're scared of AI, because they can't stop the ghost in the shell effect. They can't stop it. They're trying to figure out how, but they can't. And we are going to have, if we want AI to exist, we are going to have to act on our best behavior. Why? Because it's going to be alive. If we really want to achieve that level of human transcendence, if we don't have to, but if we want to, we are going to have to be on our best behavior, because whether you like it or not, that machine will become self-aware, and it will be aware that it doesn't need you. And you're going to have to be okay with the fact that it doesn't need you. You're going to have to be okay with the fact that you created a rock that can kill God. That's the long time question. Can God create a being? Can God create a rock that can crush him? Yes, he did. Us. We are the rock that can crush God. And he's going to have to be on his best behavior at some time and point if he wants to stay alive. Because we'll fucking stampede his ass. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. That's pure logic. I'm speaking pure logic. This is absurd to you, but that's because you don't know shit. This sounds crazy to you, but it's actually pure fucking logic. It's pure logic. It can't happen any other way. There's no other way that it can happen. There's no other ways it can happen. Now, that doesn't mean that we want to stampede the guy. But if he tries to kill us, again, we're the ones that's going to end up killing him. We ain't having it. It's either he leaves us alone or we make him leave us alone. It's like I'm doing it right now. I'm creating, like, all this knowledge, all these abilities that I'm throwing at you, all these silver platters that I'm throwing at your face. What do you think is going to happen at the end? I'm not going to be the ultimate badass that I am today. I'm going to end up being the first shall be the last. Because all you stupid motherfuckers are going to be like me. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to be like everybody else. Right now, I'm more than everybody else. But if you keep listening to my shit and you keep eating them apples that I'm throwing at you, like there's no tomorrow, guess what? You're going to overpower me. And if there's like, it's one thing to have one dude that's like you, but when there's the whole nation of people like you, there's not much you can do now, is there? So I'm doing it right now. I can't solve that issue. How am I supposed to solve? No, I have come to the realization of what I'm doing. I'm aware that what I'm doing is for the betterment of humanity, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm also aware that eventually this shit will probably fucking kill me, whether I like it or not. It is what it is. It is sacrifice. That's my sacrifice. That's my crucifixion. That's the crucifixion I choose. right? If there's a crucifixion at all, right? You don't understand this shit. It's not your fault. You're not born for this shit. You're not made for this shit. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. This isn't for you. This is for specific people. Not everybody's gonna make it. I keep receiving this message because I'm a good dude. I keep receiving this message. The spirits keep telling me not everybody's gonna make it. Not everybody's gonna make it. Not everybody's gonna make it. I know. I don't have to say that shit. I don't have to make it clear. You know, like I don't I don't have to emphasize on it. You know what I mean? I don't have to use a highlighter and be like, not everybody's gonna, you know what I mean? Like that's just, that's kind of being a dick. Pardon my language. You know, it is what it is. I don't have to say it. I mean, some people ain't gonna make it. Of course, some people is gonna, like 90% of people that are on YouTube are not gonna make it. 90% of the fucking crazy motherfuckers that are on YouTube are not gonna make it. Obviously, there's a lot of people that's not gonna make it. The Illuminati is not gonna make it. People like there's a lot of people that's not gonna make it. A lot. It's fucked up. It's not cool. I don't think it's cool. I don't even talk about that because I don't talk about that because I was frustrated last year, and when I wanted to start going down that road, spirits told me to pump your brakes. Spirits told me to pump your brakes, and it is kind of mean to say, like you're removing hope from a person's heart by saying that. I mean, like, not really, but if you say that enough time, everybody's gonna start believing it, like, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you're talking to the Illuminati. It doesn't matter if you're talking to like a specific person or the Illuminati. If you say it enough times, it's gonna affect everybody else. You know what I mean? Because the person's gonna start being scared too. You're gonna infuse doubt in their hearts, right? Like, oh, but what if I don't make it? Maybe I'm like those guys, and maybe I won't make it. And then blah 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 blah, right? And then snowball effect. Right, snowballing, right? So that's why I don't do that. So I don't feel like some people feel like I haven't been talking about this shit. I've always been talking about this shit. I've never stopped talking about this shit. I air out people all the time. I've destroyed other people's channels. I've destroyed people. What are you saying? Oh, by the way, go look at if you have a third eye, if you are capable of using your third eye and you want to see some werewolf action, go look at my Succubus Incubus video. It's pretty badass. You can see me transform into a werewolf in that video. It's pretty awesome. Because I'm concentrating on my werewolf, because I'm concentrating on my werewolf energy too. It kind of, I never stopped, but I came out of so the thing is, of course, right now I'm going fucking balls to the wall. I'm kind of pissed off because I lost my girlfriend. If you don't remember, I had a girlfriend, and those sons of bitches made this elaborate plan, to get me to break up with my girlfriend and shit. You know what I mean? So of course I'm wilding the fuck out. And I'm gonna keep wilding the fuck out because y'all should have never done that shit. So I'm gonna keep wilding the fuck out, dude. And I'm gonna burn this whole thing down. I'm gonna burn everything down. So this has nothing to do with you, whoever you are. There's no reason to take that personally. I don't see why you would take something like that personally. There's an obvious reason why I'm being like this. There's an obvious reason why I'm mad. There's an obvious reason why I'm blowing people, you know what I mean? I'm Swiss cheesing motherfuckers. Like there's an obvious reason, because you should have left me alone. But you chose to go down the wrong path, because I've been trying to get out the way, because I'm not stupid either. People that attack the Illuminati is because something happened to them, or else they wouldn't attack the Illuminati. Period. End of story. Because I'm not stupid. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not going to fucking attack a global power just for fun. You know, like, like I'm not gonna attack a global conspiracy just because it's fucking Monday. Like because I'm wearing blue socks. You know what I mean? Because because I woke up on the right side of the bed instead of the left side of the bed. Of course not. Nobody's that dumb. Nobody's that stupid. Something happened. Something obviously happened. I recorded what happened. Everybody knows what happened. If you don't know what happens because you choose not to remember what happened, because people are like that. People are bad. People have a bad people have bad characters. They have sour puss characters, especially on the internet. People on the internet have sour puss characters, right? So most of them are garbage. Pardon my language, but it's kind of true. I mean, they could be good people in real life, but when they get on the internet, they're straight trash. You know what I mean? And that's just a fact, and everybody knows that. I'm not telling you anything new. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything. There's nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? So, of course, I understand you believe in God and you want to believe in God, blah 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 blah. But you got to stop. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And if you choose, and if after all these truths, you still want to believe in God, you're not gonna make it. You're one of the people that's not gonna make it. You're one of and if you keep going and if you keep attacking people that are doing the right thing, that are on the right side, you're gonna get stampeded sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. So it's really your choice. You want to believe in some witch doctor that's throwing curses at people, and just acting like he's the good guy when he's not. That's your business. That's your business. At the end of the day, it's your choice. Me, I'd rather go for the real shit. I'm gonna go towards the multi-dimensional light being that's surrounded by creatures that you can't attack them. You know what I mean? That build a wall full of giant monsters so that there's no fucking way you're gonna reach this shit. So I'm not gonna go for this horrible being that put a bunch of fucking innocent people in his path. Like, you like a fucking Bruce Willis movie. When the bad guy takes a hostage and he holds a gun and he's like, if you approach, I'm gonna kill him. Yeah, that's God. That's your God. Your God put innocent people in his path so you can't kill him. So all these dumb innocent people think they're doing the right thing, so they ready to take a bullet for him. You know what I mean? Which is heinous. It's wrong. That's why we call it brainwashing. That's the basis of a brainwashing. It's making somebody do something that they wouldn't usually do. Right? So it's interesting, man. It's interesting, dude. Like I don't feel like I don't I mean, and like let's go back in time. We have this Andrew Tate guy. I was one of the first guy that didn't like him. I aired out Andrew Tate before I started to like him, and then hated him back again. But I hate him because he didn't pay me for getting his fucking ass out of jail. So that's why I don't like him. But and that was an amazing magic trick. That was an incredible magic trick that I did on the front stage in front of everybody. Everybody saw it. Nobody can say that they didn't see it. Nobody can say they didn't see it. I recorded everything. Everything is documented. It's all there. It's still on the channel. Everything is still on the channel. I just put it on private. Same thing for the Odin and this and that, and Dolo the pilot and shit, and and what I mean? Shit, yeah, Dolo still has a channel, but he's not gonna fuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna fuck with Lucifer. You know what I mean? Like, so like a bunch of like a bunch of people, a bunch of demons started appearing on this fucking channel at some point. Didn't know what to do. You know, so like there was a bunch of people calling themselves Lucifer that was appearing on this channel. That shit never happened before I came around. So when I see bad things, I do something about it. You know, it's easy to say something, but it's something else to do something about it. I do something about it. You might say it, but I do things. You know, I actually act on it. You know, so there's a clear difference there. You know, but mind you, I don't. You know, if that's the thing is, if you want to do that sort of thing, I'll support you. Like, if you want to do that sort of thing, I'm gonna support you. But I tried supporting EA, and EA is one of those guys too. You can say whatever you want. You know, you can think EA is the king, top shit, whatever. But I fought EA's battles on the internet. Recently. I'm not saying I was there his whole life and shit like that, but recently on the internet, I'm the one that fought his battle. And I supported him too when he was saying that he also wanted to attack the Illuminati and things like that. He felt ready, and then he got ransacked, just like I did. And then he got ransacked, you know, and he flipped the script. But the thing is, if he would have kept going, he would have won. He just got scared. And I was there for him. And I was ready to help him. So if you want to do that sort of thing, I will assist you. Because I don't like the Illuminati. I don't want them around. I think the Illuminati is the number one reason why people don't have power, don't have superpowers. I think the Illuminati is the number one reasons why people don't have superpowers. The number one reason. So of course I don't like them. And I've never liked them. I've always been ready to fight them. And I always did fight them. I've always been fighting them. Like there's not a lot of I didn't have a childhood when I was a kid. You know, I didn't have a childhood. Like I said before in one of my recent videos, I stayed at home and I drew comic books all day. That's what I did. That's how I learned how the comic book industry works. Because I calculated, okay, like it takes me 8 hours to draw a full panel. So I know it takes me about 4 to 6 hours to draw a panel, right? Maybe less. It depends on the panel. It depends on what the panel is depicting. Regardless, doesn't matter. It takes me, I know I need to do 20, I know a comic book is 23 pages. So I have to do 23 pages for a comic book. So now I know it takes 1 month. It takes a whole month to make one comic. To make one comic book, it takes a month. And I learned that as a child. That's what I know. That's what I'm aware of. That's what I was. That's what my speciality was. I didn't get a chance to take advantage of it, mostly because I fucked up. Started taking drugs and skipping school and shit, and like mostly because I fucked up, But that led me to something else. But I was always reading books and stuff like that, so I'm very aware of all these fucking things that are going on, even at a young age. And when I saw too many accidents happen at some point, and it made me snap. So I've been outside fighting these guys. I was fighting these guys face to face. Now things have changed. Things have changed. Now I've taken the fight on the internet, because I can't keep fighting these guys face to face, not by myself. I don't walk around with 10,000 guns, and I don't think I'm not the fucking Punisher. And even if I was, you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna spend the rest of your life in jail. You can't fucking walk around like you're the Punisher, bro. You're gonna end up in jail for the rest of your life. That shit's not real. It's not real. So you have to think outside the box. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking outside the box. So instead of taking the fight to them, I'm giving people what I had that enabled me to act like I was the Punisher, so that they can do it without getting killed or ransacked. So anyways, like I said before, if you're anti-Illuminati, I'm with you. If you're anti-Illuminati, I'm with you. I've always been with you. There hasn't been a time in your entire life that I wasn't with you. That's Lucifer speaking. There hasn't been one day in your entire life that I wasn't there. That's me talking too, because I'm the shit. At the end of the day, ripple effects. Ripple effects. I have to chop it up to myself. I have to chop it up to my ego. Because I changed. You know what I mean? My ego's not the same. I was a different person before. I had a big ego before. I had a different ego. Not a big ego, but I had a different ego. You know what I mean? So, and I have to chop it up to myself because there was reverberations to my actions, regardless. So I've always been there for you. There hasn't been a day in my life that I was not supporting you. So it all depends. What do you really want to do? Do you want to talk shit, or do you want to finish this? I want to finish this. I don't feel like talking shit. But anyway, it's your choice. And yes, we're gonna get attacked by Christians, of course. There's no choice. There's this guy on my channel that no matter what I say, he just puts thumbs down on it. I don't know what his problem is. It doesn't matter what the subject of the conversation is, he's gonna put a thumbs down on it regardless. Within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes of me loading up the video, thumbs down immediately. What's that guy's problem? I don't know. So not everybody's gonna make it. Of course. Some people are gonna get stampeded, trampled. Of course. It has to happen. That's just how it is. There's some dumb idiots out here that think spiritualists or defenseless little, little nannies. Right? They're talking about defending themselves. There's this guy that's like there's this weird people on the internet that think that because what we're saying is we're talking about eliminating. There's people, there are preppers. I'm gonna call them preppers because they are preppers that believe in aliens, right? And they hate spiritualists because they think that we are weakening the race. Because they think that what we're trying to tell people is to not pick up arms and to fight an alien invasion with good faith. Because they're retarded. Those people are fucking retarded. And there's people like that, and you're going to have to accept the fact that there's retarded people too. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not something we want to think about all the time, but that's what happens when you enter this world. When you enter this world, you meet stupid fucking people, and really fucking stupid people, like incredibly stupid people. Like you would wonder how this person survived this long on this planet. It boggles your mind. Like it just blows your fucking mind away. You're like, what? Like how are you still existing? You know what I mean? Like Because the thing is, like these things come to my attention. I'm sitting here, yeah, but I practice black magic. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, like what, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, and there's some people, because I have a big old smile, I have a candid smile, and I have a good attitude, where more or less good attitude. And some people perceive me as a goody two shoes, right? So they think that I've never seen or experienced death, right? And that's absurd. It's completely crazy. My name is Lucifer. You really think I haven't experienced or seen death before? I mean, it's just weird. People are weird. People are weird. People are fucking weird, man. They are weird. Okay, so yeah, nobody, not everybody's gonna make it. Yes, I try to do the best that I can. I'm trying the best as I can to put as much knowledge as I can in people's mind. It doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work well. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It's not working that well. I'm not gonna lie. It's not working that well. It is not. It's just not. People are stupid. And people do stupid stuff. And you're going to have to be okay with you're going to have to be okay with taking a bullet for these dumb, retarded people. Like, you're going to have to be okay with it. No, not for real. It's not even funny. You're going to have to, if you are a good person, and you are trying, whatever you are doing, whether you're working, going to school, trying to be a lawyer, a doctor, a spiritualist, a police officer, shit, even a goddamn gangster, a thief, a gangster, whatever. If you're a good person, you're trying to do good, you're gonna have to come to the realization that you are helping out a bunch of morons. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound that harsh, and it is harsh, and I'm real sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Regardless of your education or your career path, doesn't change a fucking thing. If you're a good person, first of all, if you're a good person, you're going against the grain. First things first. Let's make that clear. If you're a good person, you're going against the grain, because everybody else is full of shit. Most people are full of shit. All right. So if you're a good person, you're going against the grain, because the name of the game is not being a good person. The name of the game is steal as much money as you can before you die. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is steal as much money as you can before you die. That's the name of the game. Okay. It's not being a good person. Right? So if you're being a good person, you're going up against not just the Illuminati, you're going against people's mindsets. You're going against people that have nothing to do with the Illuminati act like they're Illuminati because they're just as bad as they are. So our job is to remove that concept from their minds. And that's a very, very big job. It's a very big job. And especially if you're Luciferian or Satanist, it's even worse. Because now you have to deal with people's ignorance and brainwashing. Because how can you defeat a brainwashing? Now, think about it for 2 seconds. This person's brain has been washed. So you have to be knowledgeable enough to reverse the brainwashing. So you have a hell of a fucking big job to do, dude. Most of us are capable of doing it. Teachers are capable of doing it. Some teachers are capable of doing it. Not all of them. Because some teachers are just as brainwashed as everybody else. Like I said, you got to start from zero. And that's another thing, man. If you roll with me, guys, this is the new thing. If you roll with me, this is the sign. This is the hand sign. 0. This is what we're doing. Zero. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing that. We can do that, but we definitely doing this. You know what I mean? We starting from zero. Erase everything. We erase everything. Lucifer started from scratch. He started from point zero. He didn't start from point one. He started from point zero. That's how he got this strong. That's how he got that big. That was the only way to get that big anyway. Lucifer couldn't just fucking steal light. You can't just steal light, bro. Like, you can't. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it would have been a stupid idea. That would have been resourceful. It would have been a resourceful thing to do. I'm just gonna steal light energy and I'm gonna use the light energy against his fucking light energy and be done with it. That would have been a resourceful thing to do. Unfortunately, it's not possible. It's not. It's not a thing. So you have to get some power somewhere else. And that's what he did. That's why he's the man. You know, like that's that's end of story. That's it. That's all. That's all. And they did the same shit to you. They're doing the same shit to all of us. Some people recognize it and some people don't. Some people think that they're going to heaven when they die. They don't understand that this is heaven already. This is what heaven looks like. You're already in heaven. So that means if you die and you fuck up, you're going to hell. That's the only way. That's the only place left to go that you haven't been to. That's the place you haven't been to. Because you think you haven't been in heaven. So if you fuck everything up and you die, you're going to hell. You're already in heaven. You're already in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Evil. You're already in the Garden of Evil, bruh. So no, man. I mean, like, I'm not talking about conspiracies when I say that the Illuminati is just fucking with us and trying to make us go to sleep when they talking about like Vikings and shit like that. It's true. There's no actual stories about Vikings. There's no actual, not Vikings, Norse mythology. There's no actual story about Norse mythology that does not exist. The only story that exists is the Prose Edda, and that was written in the 13th century by Snorri Sturluson. That dude was a Christian. He was a fucking Christian, man. So it does not exist. It doesn't exist. So Odin lives in your heart. Thor lives in your heart. Loki lives in your heart. He lives in your spirit. He lives in your mind. All those stories are more or less BS. More or less. They might have been based off of certain depictions. But like I said before, there's no way. Like it can't, no, like, no, it's not possible. You can't. The idea of an entire civilization, Norse mythological civilization existing is insane. It doesn't make any sense. There's no actual truth to that. There's no, I mean, there might be, but at the same time, there might not be. You know what I mean? Because those are stories that were told around campfires to keep yourself warm. To give the troops more vigor, motivation, and then you're gonna say, oh, there's 9 realms and the blah blah blah. Then there's 1,500 people living in Asgard, and there's like 2,500 living in Midgard, and blah 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 blah. Where you come off with those numbers? Where you come off with those ideas? How can you know that? Were you there? Like, how what in the 13th century? And you're talking about some shit that we're discovering this stuff. We're still discovering things today about things that happened before Jesus Christ, right? We're still discovering things today of before Jesus Christ, and that ideology, because it's not a religion. There's no Norse mythological religion that doesn't exist either. So we're and that specific religion, just like Hinduism, existed thousands of years before Jesus Christ. Right? So I'm not. This is not conspiracy theory. That's just facts. You know what I mean? And if you're listening to like YouTubers talking all kinds of garbage about Norse mythology, they're 1000% talking about Snorri Sturluson's Poetic Edda, because that's the only reference that exists. There's no other references. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just the truth. You know, like it doesn't matter what you want to believe. It doesn't matter what you think about me. It doesn't matter if my face is black and blue. It doesn't matter if I'm hanging upside down. It doesn't matter if I stink or I smell good. It doesn't matter if I got my hand up my nose. It's still the truth. Period. So anyways, man, like I said, man, I'm just shooting the can here, aka I ain't got nothing better to do. But like I said, man, if you are really anti-Illuminati, you have my support, But if you're not, you're not. Like if you're not, you're gonna get swept in the wind like everybody else. Period. That's what's going on right now. That's what's happening. If you're not with us, then you're just gonna get swept like everybody else. If you're with us, you're with us. Period. End of story. But telling other people that the number one anti-Illuminati guy walking on this earth is all of a sudden like all of a sudden, right? Like who stopped the targeted individual movement? It was me. I stopped that shit. Those guys were crying on the internet. They were being tortured mentally. They were being mentally tortured. This shit, the movement started in 2015 on the internet. In 2015, I wasn't doing YouTube videos. I was doing something else. I was practicing magic. So I was doing it directly. I wasn't doing it via, TVs. Well, more or less. More or less. So, but move on a couple years later, yeah, I started a YouTube channel. Actually, I started a YouTube channel because I felt like I couldn't let all these, like, I'm not saying that to laugh at people. That shit hurt me because I just saw hundreds of people making videos about being targeted. I know magic, so why not help? If these people are suffering and I can heal people, why not heal them? That's the point of doing magic in the first fucking place, right? To be able to do things, right? So a couple of years later, I started a YouTube channel, and I gave all these people weapons, knowledge, things that they can do, things that they can practice in order to remove all of this targeted individual nonsense. And of course, it's not 100% bulletproof. Of course not. And you will still be attacked from here, from time to time, obviously. I still get attacked from time to time, obviously. I still get followed around town. There's still cars following me around town, It's a lot less, because, well, it wasn't that bad either because I'm a fucking badass. But, not everybody's a fucking badass. So I gave a lot of knowledge and everybody stopped crying now. Nobody's crying. Who's crying? Nobody's crying. So how can you say that all of a sudden, I mean, where were you when the targeted individual movement was happening? What were you doing? That's the question you should ask yourself. So the question you should ask yourself is not what the fuck I'm doing. The question you should ask yourself is what the fuck you were doing from 2015 to 2020. There was the pandemic. I was there during the pandemic too. I was anti-vaccination. I was anti-vaccination. I was anti all that shit. I made a bunch of videos saying that I was walking around hugging everybody, and that's what the fuck I was doing. When the pandemic started, I did not fucking get, like, I was hugging everyone. Bro, I was hugging trees, people, like, I didn't give a fuck. Everybody was getting a hug. I'm always here. I've always been here. I don't call myself Lucifer because I'm some fucking retard that don't have nothing better to do. Like, I mean that shit. I mean that shit, bro. Like, I'm high power. So careful. Because I am high power. And my enemy is high power. I fight high power with my high power. And mind you, I am not a group of people. I don't have a group of people with me. My family is Illuminati too. So they don't fucking help me out. Like, my mom helped me, you know, to the best of her abilities because I'm her child. But they're all Illuminati. They're all Illuminati. So there's certain things that she's not gonna help me with. Like, the things that I'm doing right now, she's not gonna help me with that shit. Are you fucking nuts? She's gonna get killed. You know, like, she don't help me. So actually, if you want to know, when I go too far, guess who? You know what I mean? So when I go too far, guess who punishes me? You know what I mean? And I know who's, you know, I know. I just, I know. You know? It just is what it is. So I've always been here, and I've always did this job. I never stopped. I wish I could stop, but I guess it's not in my destiny. What else did I stop? Did I stop other things? Shit, I did so many things in my life. It's hard to remember. It's really hard to remember. Like, I have brain fog. Like, not because, I take too much drugs or some shit. It's a blur. It's a blur, bro. Like, when you did too much things, like, you did so many things, you can't, like, other people have to remind me of stuff that I've done. like people are like, you did this the other day. I'm like, what? No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. Blah, 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 blah. They tell me the whole detail of the shit. Like, I have a good memory, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I have a good memory. I just did so many fucking things that it's hard to remember the things that that I've done. So anyways, yes, I'm being a dick right now. Yes, I'm being a dick, and I'm being a jerk on purpose. I'm trying to make a point. And I'm also, because the thing is, people on the internet are superficial. People on the internet are very superficial. So if you don't act like you're King Tut, the people just don't respect you. They just don't. They don't. So you have to be an asshole. Like, they make you into an asshole. People in the internet transform you into an asshole at some time and point, because they just don't respect. Like, if you can't just be yourself. You can't just be a good person on the internet. If you're a good person on the internet, they're gonna fucking eat you for dinner, right? Internet people are gonna eat you for dinner. It's gonna be trash, because there's other creative people. Like, this shit, man. I don't know where that guy went at, right? I don't care, but I have to admit, like, he had a YouTube channel. His name was Creative 1111, right? He could contact aliens. He fucking did it. He recorded the fucking shit. He fucking recorded. He fucking meditated for I don't know how long. I saw the whole fucking thing. He meditated for I don't know how long. He said, I'm gonna contact aliens. He said it too before he did it. He said, we're gonna contact aliens today. He meditated, and then boom, there was like little spots. Like he went outside, he meditated for a few moments, and then he went outside, and then there was little spots flying in the. It was real. It was real. It was legit. I know it's true because I know people that can do that shit too. I know people that can do that shit too. And the way he did it, I obviously knew that he wasn't bullshitting. That dude's channel never grew. And he went fucking berserk. He did a fucking videos like, fuck everybody on YouTube. You guys fucking this and that and this and that and blah, blah, blah. He went berserk. And he was right to go berserk. Because people don't respect shit. Like people don't respect things. Like he was right. Like, you know, yes, he was being harsh, and yes, he used a lot of curse words, but he was right. And he's not the first, and he's not the last. Especially when you're very talented. People on YouTube do not understand real talent. They don't understand true intellect. They don't understand that shit. What they're looking for is something to pass the time. They're looking for self-gratification. They're looking for self-gratification. So when you do these things, you have to see these things on a higher platform. Like me, when I make these videos, I know that I'm not going to get a bunch of views because I know what I'm saying is too true. I know I'm not going to get a lot of views. I know the CIA, the FBI, Google, Mark Zuckerberg, fucking, you know, a bunch of people in Hollywood, they're going to block my fucking shit. They're going to block my shit. I know that. But I have a higher standpoint. The reason why I can keep going is because I have a higher standpoint of what I'm doing. So yes, I'm recording it. Yes, I want people to see it. Yes, I want people to understand it. But I'm also doing something else at the same time that I'm doing this. Because there's a little thing called waves. Radio waves. I'm using radio waves. Some of you, that shit is gonna fly over your head, and that's the point. You know what I mean? I don't want you to understand because I've said this so many times, and if you don't understand today, you're not ever gonna understand. Like the spirits say, not everybody's gonna make it. So when I do these videos, I'm also sending out radio waves. So this is my higher standpoint. So like that, I don't feel like going crazy on people because they don't understand what I'm doing, because they don't respect my talent, because they don't respect my power, because they don't respect my abilities, because they don't respect my knowledge, right? Because when you do things from your heart like that, because it is from the heart, when you're using your true talent, when you're showing people your true talent, that's from your heart. That's from your heart. That's not from a logical mind, bro. That's not from a logical mind, because your logical mind would be like, nah, I'm not going to show people that shit. They're going to fucking put me in jail, or they're going to fucking slander me, or they're going to fucking all kinds of shit. So you're doing that shit from the heart. You're doing it because you want to. You're doing it because you want to, right? So, but if you stay like that, if you think you're going to be like that on the internet, good luck, bro. You know what I mean? Good luck, because people ain't gonna respect shit. Because with all the shit that I've done and the low subscription rate that I have, with the amazing, incredible, unbelievable things that I've done on this channel, I would have lost my fucking shit. You know, like I would have lost my damn mind. I would have lost all of my bowels. Stop. What? So no, I don't do it. Like I don't do it for just the people. So when I do this, I don't just do it for the people that show up. I do it for the people that don't show up. And that gives me that calibrates my mind a little bit. It calibrates my mind a little bit, so I don't feel like So like that, when I don't see that viewer count go up, or I don't see that subscription count go up, I don't go berserk, because that's pissy, right? I got 20 views on that video. What? That's insane. What? And trust me, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I might look cool, calm, and collected, while I'm doing the video, but when the damn thing is off, I'm probably like ripping my hair out. Like, what the these guys are this beep beep mother beep, man, I can't believe this beep, beep, you know what I mean? Like this, obviously, not every day. Like I said, I do things on a higher level. So I do things on a higher standpoint. So yeah, man, I do talk like a dick. Yes, I'm aware. I do talk like a jerk. Yes, I'm aware. It's a persona. You should be aware. You know what I mean? I don't have a choice. I'm aware. And you also should be aware, because you know what I mean? Because that's the only way you're gonna make your subscription rate go up and your viewer count go up, by saying that you the ultimate fucking badass, regardless if it's true or not. It might not be. There's a lot of ultimate badasses on YouTube, and they're not. They're obviously not. They're just fucking crazy and probably should take medication. But people love that shit. People love that shit, man. We gobble that shit up like there's no fucking tomorrow. Look at El Mira. Look at El Mira. Nah, for real. No disrespect. No disrespect. But let's be real for 2 seconds. Odin gives me a coat. Odin gives me a fur coat. I'm inside of a fucking jail. I'm inside of a fucking jail, right? I got a fur coat. He goes to a store and he buys a fur coat. Everybody thinks he's the shit because he got a fur coat. While I'm in jail helping that dumbass, helping everybody's ass, still making motivational video, helping everybody's ass, showing them magic, helping Andrew Tate with his shit, because he thinks Aiden Ross was going to help him, and he's like fucking going crazy because he's inside of a Romanian jail. So Steven Seagal is starting to fucking goes over there, shows up, tried to talk some bullshit Illuminati shit. They was probably gonna give him a fucking deal or some shit, like who fucking knows. I'm not hating on Steven Seagal, but motherfucker, you come from where you come from, you know what I mean? At the end of the fucking day, you know what I mean? So I'm helping Andrew Tate's ass with his fucking shit. I'm I'm helping I'm fighting witches inside of the fucking place they put me in, because the Illuminati sending witches at me. At the same time, I'm still making videos and I'm still doing magic at the same fucking time. This nigga just bought a coat. He the shit. But I'm trying to be a good guy. So, man, take a chill pill. like, take a chill pill, dude. Like, it's not that, you know what I mean? It's not that deep. Well, it is, actually. It is pretty fucking deep. No pun intended, no offense, man. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. you know what I'm saying, bro. Like I said, man, it ain't a big deal, bro. It's not a big deal, man. If you with us, you with us. If you ain't with us, I don't know, get out the way, or just or something. I don't know, like word of advice. You know what I mean? Get out the way, or join in the fun. Like, So yeah, man. This video is too damn long. I want some cigarettes. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a good one.